Also, they have provided some uh, other requirements regarding bathroom and water closet. Okay, every bathroom or water closet shall be so situated that at least one of its wall shall open to external air. Okay, means wherever we are going to situate the bathroom or water closet. Okay, at least any one wall should be external wall. Okay, means it should be open to external ear. Okay, it is not necessary to that it is the external wall, but sometimes we can provide the ducts also. Okay, so through these ducts we will get ear, so we can say it is open to the external ear. Okay, not to not be directly over or under any room other than another water closet, washing place, bath, or terrace, unless it has a watertight floor. Okay, here they have mentioned another thing, that is generally we have to provide the water closets, bathrooms, or washing areas one over the above. Okay, because of uh, to provide the sanitation facility, means whatever drainage lines are there, to minimize the cost of drainage, as well as too easy to collect that drained water or whatever wastewater or solid waste is there, to collect it. Okay, we have to prefer the bathrooms and the water closets one over the above in a multi-story building. Okay, uh, have the platform or seat made of watertight, non-absorbent material. Okay, whatever floor is there, that floor should be provided as a watertight, and whatever flooring we are going to provide, that flooring should not be uh, non-absorbent. Okay, so it will be easily clean, as well as whatever flooring we are going to provide in water closet and bathroom, it should not be non-slippery, as well as non-sticky. Okay, then be enclosed by walls or partitions, and the surface of every such wall or partition shall be finished with a smooth impervious material to a height of not less than 1 meter above the floor of such a room. Okay, generally we have to go for the dado work. Okay, means to the vertical walls we have to provide the flooring. Okay, that is nothing but the dado. Okay, and that height minimum we have to provide up to 1 meter. Okay, more than that we can go for that. Generally in water closets, whatever dado work is there, we are going to provide up to minimum 1 meter, and in a bathroom throughout the wall we are going to provide the dados. Okay, because of to uh, getting easy to clean the portions or clean the surface of walls. Okay, then after that be provided with an impervious floor covering sloping towards the drain with a suitable grade, and not towards veranda or any other room. Okay, here also we have to provide the ideal slope into the bathrooms and water closets. Okay, means towards the slope side, we have to provide the nahani traps and all those things. So through the nahani traps, we will be able to collect the wastewater from the toilet, from the bathroom. Okay, as well as in a WC also we have to provide the uh, ideal slope. So whatever water we are using, that water will be drained out as early as possible. We have to avoid the entry of that water from the bathrooms and uh, water closets to the other rooms or other connected rooms. Okay, that also we have to keep in our mind. Then have a window or ventilator opening to a shaft or open space of area not less than 0.3 meters square with side not less than 0.3 meters. Okay, here um, whatever openings we are going to provide for ventilation purpose uh, in bathrooms and water closets, at least a clear opening we have to provide as a 0.3 meter square, and its side should not be less than 0.3 meter. Okay, uh, no room containing water closets shall be used for any purpose except as a lavatory, and no such room shall open directly into any kitchen or cooking space by a door, window, or other openings. Every room containing water closets shall have a door completely closing the entrance to it. Okay, here no room containing water closets shall be used for any purpose except as a lavatory, and no such room shall open directly into any kitchen or cooking space by a door, window. Okay, in this case we have to avoid the uh, provision of direct entry through the kitchens, okay, to the water closets and uh, bathrooms. Okay, uh, then next unit is there. uh, we can't say that is a unit, but whatever requirement is there in a residential building, that is nothing but the ledge or tent or loft. ओके, लॉफ्ट म्हणजेच काय माळा वगैरे आपण तयार करतोय बघा, त्याला काय म्हणायचं, लेज, लॉफ्ट किंवा टँड म्हटलं तरी चालेल त्याला. ओके, we will discuss firstly about its height. Okay, the minimum headroom of ledge or tent or loft shall be 2.2 meters. The maximum height of loft shall be 1.5 meters. Here, whatever headroom we are going to provide below the loft, it should be 2.2 meter. Basically, we are providing the loft at lintel level. ओके, कधी कधी बघितलं असेल बघा की तुम्ही जी काय आपली लेवल आहे डोअरची, फ्रेमची जी काय हायेस्ट पॉईंट आहे किंवा विंडोचा हायेस्ट पॉईंट आहे, डोअर विंडो फ्रेमचा हायेस्ट पॉईंट आहे, ते जे आहेत ते जनरली आपण एकाच लेवलला प्रोव्हाइड करतो आणि तिथली जी काही लेवल आहे त्याला काय म्हणतो आपण, लिंटेल लेवल म्हणतो, आणि त्याच लेवलला बेसिकली आपण हे लॉफ्ट किंवा लेज जे आहे ते प्रोव्हाइड करण्याचं काम करतोय. ओके, अँड व्हॉट एव्हर हाईट इज दिअर ऑफ दॅट लॉफ्ट शुड नॉट बी more than 1.5 meter. Basically, we are getting that height in a residential building as of 0.8 meter or 0.75 meter because of uh, in general we are uh, providing floor to floor height as 3 meters. Okay, and whatever lintel level is there in a residential building, we are trying to provide at a 2.1 meter. So if we deduct 2.1 meter from 3 meter, it will be 0.9 meter, and including in that includes flooring thickness as well as a slab thickness and all those things. By deducting these things, we will get only 0.7 meter or 0.75 meter in residential buildings, and they have given here uh, height of the loft should not be more than 1.5 meter. Okay, then its a size, a ledge or tent or loft in a habitable room shall not cover more than 25% of the area of the floor on which it is constructed, and shall not interface with the ventilation of the room under any circumstances. Okay, means whatever loft we are going to provide, that loft should not cover more than 25% area of the floor area. Okay, and due to that, any kind of obstruction should not be there to the ventilation and all those things. So we have to keep that thing in mind. Okay, generally whatever width is there of the loft, we are going to provide as a 2 feet, or sometimes 1.5 feet also. Okay, not more than 2 feet or 2.5 feet, no, 2.5 feet. Okay, uh, so basically, these lofts or ledges are useful to store the material, okay, or to keep the required things of inmates or occupants. Okay. Next point is there. Next unit is there. That is nothing but the mezzanine floor. Okay. Uh, whatever height is there of mezzanine floor, it should be minimum 2.2 meters. Okay, if we are going to uh, insert intermediate floor, okay, such floor is nothing but the mezzanine floor. Intermediate floor is nothing but the mezzanine floor, and its height should not be less than 2.2 meter, and its size, the minimum size of the mezzanine floor, uh, if it is to be used as a living room, shall not be less than 9.5 meter square. Okay, if we are using that mezzanine floor as a living room, then its uh, floor area should not be less than 9.5 meter square. The aggregate area of such mezzanine floor in a building shall in no case exceed one third the plinth area of the building. Okay, means wherever we are going to uh, insert the intermediate floor, the aggregate area of that intermediate floor should not be uh, exceed one third of the plinth area of the building. Okay, मीन्स जितना भी हम लोगों का प्लिंथ एरिया है उसके वन थर्ड एरिया के ज़्यादा हम लोग मैजेनाइन फ्लोर कंस्ट्रक्ट नहीं कर सकते. ओके, दैट इज द थिंग. Then other requirements are there. A mezzanine floor may be permitted over a room or a compartment, provided it conform to the standard of living rooms as a regards lighting and ventilation. In case the size of mezzanine floor is 9.5 meter square or more, it is so constructed as not to interfere under any circumstances with the ventilation of the space over and under it. मतलब जो भी हम इंटरमीडिएट फ्लोर प्रोवाइड करने के लिए जा रहे हैं उसमें properly ventilation should be there. Okay, such mezzanine floor is not subdivided into smaller compartments. Okay, means whatever intermediate floor we are going to insert, that floor should not be subdivided into the smaller compartments. Such a mezzanine floor or any part of it shall not be used as a kitchen. ओके, जो मेज़ानाइन फ्लोर है वो किचन किचन के लिए यूज़ नहीं कर सकते हैं हम. इन नो केस shall a mezzanine floor to be closed so as to make it liable to be converted into unventilated compartments. Okay, so some these are the requirements of a mezzanine floor. Okay, so next unit is there, that is nothing but the storeroom. uh, its height should not be less than 2.2 meters, and whatever size is there. Okay, the size of the storeroom fair provided in a residential building shall not be less than 3 meters square. Means here whatever floor area is there of the storeroom in a residential building should not be less than 3 meters square. And generally whatever storeroom is there in a residential building, we are using um, to store the material or whatever utensils are there, those are useful in kitchen, as well as whatever things are required for living, maybe whatever wheat, jawar, or any kind of material is required, that material we can store into that storeroom. Okay, basically if we consider the grouping, then that storeroom should be adjacent or near to the kitchen room, because of that storeroom is